Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you guys doing? I'm feeling great. Thank you for asking. I have a banger of a YouTube video here for you guys today. And if you're clicking on today's video, you are most likely an e-commerce brand who is struggling to hit 100K per month consistently with your brand. And lucky for you, I'm gonna be giving you guys a complete breakdown. I'm lifting the hood on a case study for a client that my team and I helped surpass 229K in just 60 days. So hopefully I provide some sauce, some value. Hopefully there's some golden nuggets in here within this video that you can take from me and apply and implement into your business today to start boosting your revenue. Also, I'm feeling extremely generous today and am going to give you guys a quick little bonus at the end of the video that you guys can take and implement into your business to start printing a boatload extra more revenue. I mean, for example, this little bonus helped us generate an extra 65K in revenue for this client in this particular case study. So before we get into it, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mason Ashby, CEO, COO of Brez Marketing, where we help numerous different e-commerce stores scale to 100K plus per month. On this channel, my goal is to give you everything that I've learned, all the little pieces of knowledge, extract it from my brain, everything that I learned helping out other brands with our e-commerce agency, and give it to you guys for free on YouTube so that you can take it and run with it to start generating so many extra sales per day. So with that being said, let's get into this $229,000 case study in just 60 days. Also, let me preface this with, this is a jewelry client with a ton of products in stock on their site, which allows us to essentially run ads 24/7, get up evergreen campaigns, and scale the frick out of ads. So boom, let's get into it. Meta, as you guys saw, $104,000 generated in June 13th to August 13th. It is currently the 15th. So this is the freshest of the case studies that you can get. A couple things within the ads manager that I wanted to highlight. First thing being catalog campaigns. Catalog campaigns actually ended up being, Advantage Plus catalog campaigns ended up being 62% of the revenue generated within this 2-month period. You might be asking, what exactly is a catalog campaign? In Meta's words, a catalog campaign is a type of campaign that automatically shows people's products from your e-commerce catalog that are most relevant to them without having to create individual ads for each product. It's super dynamic and versatile based on each customer profile that is getting the ads. You guys have definitely seen it on your timeline before too. It's essentially one of those ads that looks like it's directly from the site, pulling product photos directly from the site. With that being said, catalog ads are pretty customizable. You can swap them out for model photos or essentially whatever creatives that you want. For our client here, we kept it simple and we pretty much just used their product photos exactly straight from their site. Now, catalog ads off rip already heavily retarget people who have engaged with the site, maybe added things to the cart, checked out, showed an interest and whatnot, which is why we were able to maintain such a high ROAS, a 5.4x ROAS. You're only spending almost $12,000 to get back 64K on these catalogs alone. Just for some more insight on knowledge when it comes to catalog campaigns, the thing that we did here was we kind of toggled these on and off a lot. You'll notice that the results will kind of drop on catalogs after running them for 2 weeks or so, just because the frequency gets so high. As I mentioned, they are retargeting based, or they're heavily retargeting based. So the frequency gets pretty high and people just get so desensitized to kind of seeing these ads. So what we were doing was we were kind of toggling on and off different collections within this client's inventory. So, different drops. We had a pendant catalog going, we had a ring catalog, I think we had a necklace catalog going, and we were just kind of sifting through, turning one off, turning another, and just kind of going about it as frequency rose with these campaigns and results started to drop. Little sauce there for catalog campaigns. One thing about these two is that majority of these are like set and forget. So there's not that much maintenance you have to do other than turning it on and off every like 2 weeks or so. And then as I mentioned, they're pretty customizable. You can add photos, you can swap, like these photos here don't have to be product photos. You could swap it out and it could be like a graphic, it could be like a model photo. Now, when we get into some of the numbers, when it comes to just ad metrics in general, these catalog campaigns had a very strong CPM for jewelry. I want to say the industry average is around $15 to $20. So we were sitting at a 9.27, healthy CPC, very strong click-through rate here too. As you can see, 3.64. The industry average on click-through rates for e-com ads in general is around like 1.5%. So super strong click-through rate, which means a lot of traffic is going through to the site. And then because our clients site is so damn sick, people were converting pretty strong too. So 5.9 there, or I'm sorry, 5.3 right there. And then our cost per result ended up averaging out to a $16.5 cost per result, considering that the AOV is $77. So little asterisk here because there's more about AOV later on in the video. And now when it comes to our broad testing campaigns, about 38% of the revenue generated came from our actual broad testing campaigns. And when I say broad testing campaigns, I mean like broad as hell. We had damn near no ad set parameters at all. And then looking at some of the like individual performance of the ads, we noticed that same with the catalogs, it was actually our product photos that was converting the best and had the best performance. Black background photo that we had was a 4x ROAS. Lifestyle model photo did pretty decent. Another black background photo. Literally just the product on looked like a website listing photo, which was just a black background. So, and then we had some model photos that did decent as well. We tried our best to follow our proper test, iterate, scale roadmap that we have within our agency, but unfortunately the client had some restrictions, really just wanted to focus on what they considered working the best, and that was catalog campaigns. So that's where we kind of allocated most budget and focus, was those catalog campaigns. Given that we were allowed to test iterations and scale out properly, we probably would have had more revenue generated to our testing campaigns, our broad testing campaigns, but it is what it is. We still generated $104,000 with this client. So some metrics here too as well with these broad testing campaigns. Now keep in mind, these are literally just graphics that we are testing different iterations of, keeping it super simple, letting the creative do most of the work, and still had some pretty decent metrics. Really good click-through rate here, really good cost per click, CPM was still good, conversion rate was still good. Those are some key highlights to note when it comes to Meta. Now, when it comes to Google, pretty good numbers here as well. We just recently launched Google campaigns, I want to say in May. So it's only been about 3 months running Google ads for them, and we're already ripping for them. So $45,000 done in just 60 days on Google for them. I want to say this is about a 6x ROAS-ish, maybe 610 conversions. And what we did there was just a Performance Max shopping campaign. So a PMax campaign is essentially Google's fully automated campaign type that uses your product feed from your Google Merchant or from your Google Merchant Center, plus any creative assets you provide to show ads across all of Google's channels, whether it be searching, shopping, Play, YouTube, Gmail, Discovery, from a single campaign. So it almost works like the catalog campaign, pretty dynamic and versatile to where people can see your ads. Super strong numbers once again, $45,000 within the first few months of dropping, which is insane. Strong click-through rate at a 9.3%, healthy cost per click at 50 cents, strong ROAS. Oh yeah, 6.93x ROAS on Google Ads. Cost per result, $10.68, similar to what we're seeing over with our catalog campaigns. Our conversion rate, which is a 4.8%. So the right traffic's coming in and the website's doing its job in terms of converting customers. So another thing to note is that we weren't really spending much on these. $50 a day was kind of what we started off at. Client was a little skeptical about testing a new channel of advertising, but as soon as it started producing good results, we were able to scale. We're at currently $120 per day, month to date, gradually increasing per client requests. But hopefully we can get this to where it's doing $50,000 per month alone, and then surpassing $50,000 and doing like $100K per month on just Google Ads alone. Super strong numbers here, and we're just getting started with that. Moving on over to email and SMS. A couple important things to note here. Well, first off, as you can see, $81,000 generated on email and SMS alone, which is super insane considering that this is a brand new Klaviyo account. Taking a look further, we didn't fully get email and SMS up until halfway through May. The fact that we're already ripping and the attributed revenue is almost 35% of total revenue is insane for a brand new Klaviyo account. The average jewelry brand's attributed revenue for email and SMS is usually around 25 to 35%. And we're a full 3 months in and we're already at almost 35% of attributed revenue, doing around 50K-ish per month with just email and SMS. Some other things to note is spam complaints. So spam complaints are one of the biggest killers when it comes to email deliverability. And Klaviyo, it actually advises you to be lower than 0.05% of spam complaints sent. And we're at a 0.014% on spam complaints, which is super sick because that means that people are not unsubscribing, which means that we're hitting more inboxes, which also means that we're making more money. And people are just loving the emails and not unsubscribing. So another thing to see is actually that we've added 9,243 new subscribers to their list in just a matter of 3 months. Like I mentioned, we didn't get the email and SMS or the pop-up up until halfway through May. So it's currently August 15th, full 3 months, and already added 9.2 thousand new subscribers, which means a lot more people that you can send emails to, which means a lot more money to be made. We've dialed in our copy and brand voice to an absolute T, actually so good that the client read the copy and then imagined himself actually saying it. Literally his words here definitely sounds like I wrote them. Super cool to be able to break down their copy on a molecular level and almost emulate what they would write themselves. Also, our welcome flow is just ripping for attributing $38,000 worth of sales. Our abandoned cart flow is working as well. All of our other flows absolutely crushing. All of this to say that we haven't even gotten SMS campaigns live yet. Like I mentioned, it's only been 3 months since we've been able to build everything out in terms of email and SMS as well as Google. And we're pretty meticulous about how we want to launch things, especially email and SMS, because that is a lot of that content that people see directly reflects the brand. So we're super meticulous and methodical about how we launch those. So when we do implement SMS campaigns, I mean, I can't even imagine the numbers we'll be ripping after that. I mean, the growth that we've seen with this client has been insane. 61% increase in sales overall. Orders are bussin'. Sessions are bussin'. We have so many different angles right now that we're attacking that we're just able to pump out orders for this client. So I'm super proud of the team. I'm also proud of the client because he's been able to keep up on these orders as well. He's actually currently like manually fulfilling all of his orders. So hopefully the next step is to start hiring out a 3PL, like a pick and pack service, and then we can really start to scale. That way he doesn't have to keep up manually with orders. So with that being said, let's kind of get into the bonus and probably what you guys are waiting to see. And that's how we were able to generate an extra $65,000 in revenue. And let me just preface this with saying this is going to be a lot easier than you might think. So we were actually able to up their AOV a whole $22 from $53 to $75. You might be asking, okay, like how is that even possible? And that was literally just by raising their prices and implementing upsells. We actually came to the client and suggested that we raise pricing, one, because they were trying to portray luxury and affordable. Like I want to say one of their slogans was like luxury and affordable jewelry. And unfortunately, those two terms kind of fight each other in a way. No one is going to purchase something that they think is affordable and also think that it's going to be luxurious at the same time. So those two words alone were kind of fighting each other and probably doing more harm than good. So what we did was we decided to drop the word affordable and actually raise prices by 10%. One thing I will say is that a lot of people actually don't notice price increases. You might be worried thinking that raising your price is going to scare away all of your existing audience. In fact, a lot of consumers don't even notice a 10% increase. Obviously, if you were to up it 25%, then that might raise some flags, but 10% is enough to sneakily get by and up your pricing and increase your AOV, as well as implementing upsells. What we did was we implemented an in-cart upsell, post-purchase upsell, product page upsell, and we're able to increase the amount of products that people were ordering per order, which naturally increases your AOV. Super cool. Oh wait, this should say AOV. So I did the math, and $53 AOV to $75 AOV is a 41% increase, which is insane and nuts to say. I mean, what I did there was $22 times however many orders there were and got that 65K, but super crazy. And it's literally something you can implement today, like upsell apps. I'm sure you could get one for like $10 a month and rake in so many extra orders or so many extra dollars per order, which one allows you to spend more on ads because you can kind of get away with higher cost per results, well as just make more money in general. And who the fuck doesn't want to make more money? So boom, that is my breakdown on how we helped one of our jewelry clients crack $229,000 in 60 days. Listen, if you are a brand that's stuck at those 20, 30, 50K months and you're looking to scale past to 100K per month with your ecom brand, a lot of this can be confusing and maybe hard to set up, or might be too time consuming to set up for your brand. And that's where my agency and I comes into play. We can set all this up for you, done for you on your behalf, and start raking in a bunch of extra orders for you. We've helped numerous different brands scale to 100K a month and would love to do the same for yours. Eventually make a case study for you and your brand that I can post on the YouTube channel. That would be freaking sick. Without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. If you're interested in working with my agency and I, feel free to hit the first link in the bio. Also, if you're interested or have any other questions, feel free to follow me on Instagram and DM me. I answer a lot of my DMs there. That being said, I can't thank you enough for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Hopefully your brand will actually be the next case study that I rip.